Alright, so let's get this out the way right here. I hate this man. And you might think, thinking, well, why? Like, well, about four different reasons. One of which is very stupid, but ultimately, I'd say a little bit, just a little bit justifiable. So, about a year or two ago, like, obviously, the ETS was in full swing. Me and Boo were doing contracts. We had a sit down situation. Me and my, well, you haven't met her yet, but my sister. Every year, we have a sit down, neutral area. We try to act like we tolerate each other's company for at least an hour. Then we go about our business. And then she goes back to trying to shoot me. Her and her little pet of a girlfriend. Poor lady. Anyways, we kind of broke up our engagement when a bunch of gunshots had been going off. And lo and behold, a deal with some people outside for some weapons went a bit south. So, being that we didn't want, or me and Boo specifically, didn't want any innocents getting hit while we were in the area, I blame Sonic for our sense of morality and need to step in to help people. We went outside and basically came across a gunfight. Not a massive gunfight, this wasn't a full-scale gang war, but it was enough. Some unknown people were busting off shots at the building, so we started taking them down. And then my sister and her lady, just I guess for shits and giggles, decided to jump in. And due to that, well, we helped them, the people they were shooting at, made short work of them, really. And so we got introduced to my friend's associates. Well, not my friends, our newfound friends, so to speak, brought forth from circumstance. And, they were real excited to see us. They were like, hey, thanks for the help, and so they also had a sense of like, hey, we owe you one. So after introductions were made between me and Boo, kind of like exchanging professional under the table business cards, like, hey, we get stuff done. If you ever need a hand, you know where to find us, right? So, lo and behold, they had some jobs they needed taken care of. So, we started helping them out. First thing we had to do was break into a spot, take some stuff that they had already stolen. Went from there. Simple enough. Boo helped on that end. I helped them with the other part of their plan, which was find said area, take out the guards, torch the place, boom, bam, bigelow, and we went about our business. Now, during said meetup, I was trying to get a little bit more associated with our new associates, namely one of the ones named Harley. Little sweet lady. Feisty, too. Pretty good with a gun. And I thought she was very interesting. She compared me to somebody called Dingy. And I ain't like that at all. There ain't nobody else in this world like me except me. So the idea of me being compared to another man made it seem like I had competition. I ain't like that at all. Because there was none with me. So, I didn't like him. Just by association. Plus, the way she described him, he sounded like, to be honest, kind of a prick.
How come I've never heard of you?
Because I got tits.
Is that what you call those?
God damn. So, that's kind of where it started. It was a heavily one-sided rivalry. I've never even met him in person, now that I think about it. Or at least, not yet. Because he now has a lot more to answer for. So, breaking away from the way I'm talking about this now, I'm going to get a little bit out of character for this. So, how I would say, the reason I'm bringing up Dingy is he is an OC belonging to one of my friends. And my friend is, as I would like to say with the utmost affection, a fucking nerd. So yeah, he not only had his own characters made, which he still keeps getting new ones made and buying new ones, and he basically set up his own alternate universe, AU, with all of his characters. There are some Sonic characters in his story, but a lot of them are dead. Like it's just straight up just gone. Sonic is gone. Like I think SPO is gone, and the people of today's topic, Shadow and Rouge, are also gone. Just straight up dead. And so technically I also have a AU of sorts for my characters. I didn't write all of mine down. I write stories about my characters, but I don't have it all flushed out and built up in a sense. But it's for the sake of the story, it's his universe and his version of the characters. Because technically in his version, I think he made Elyon, because he uses my characters for his story too. I think he made Elyon a smuggler of some kind, or some kind of a runner. So, or informant, I think. It was something involving moving and traveling. Which I was like, alright, cool. I trust you to do what you like. Again, he didn't make him like a prostitute or nothing. So I'm like, alright, I'll take it. Because again, when it's someone else's world, it's their rules. They can do whatever they want with it. So, in his AU, Shadow and Rouge were not just dead, they were murdered. And Rouge was got first, and due to some other actions, Shadow was framed for said killing and was sent to jail, where he then was taken out. And also, I got this out there too, his universe is a lot more grounded than mine. Mine has magic and technology, and everyone is relative to scale with their abilities. His is a lot more like grounded. So obviously, the more like Sonic isn't the speed of sound. He's just faster. He's just fast on his feet, basically. Same thing. Knuckles isn't ripping concrete out of the ground and making boulders out of them. He's just a muscle-bound meathead. He's strong though. Like he got muscles, but like he's not picking up cars, etc., etc., etc. Now, technically, if we ever like, I guess roleplay or whatever RP, then yeah, we try to integrate a little bit of both of them, but not too much. Okay, I try to lean more on his rules than my own to keep it relatively, well, not normal, but like balanced. Because you don't want it to get too fantastical, but then you don't want it too realistic. Otherwise, everyone will be stopping every 5 minutes to take a smoke break. Getting back to said story, though, apparently, when they had both died, because again, they are still technically linked to my character in a sense, because Elyon knew Rouge and he knew Shadow. He wasn't rivals with Shadow, but they have fought multiple times before, so they had a small layer of respect for each other. And him and Rouge are just natural flirts, so they get along like a house on fire. They don't do anything, but it's more along the lines of like, game recognizes game. And plus, he used to chill at her club. So in the story, when he finds out they passed, he starts asking around, and other characters, which I'll introduce you guys to later at a certain point, basically drop the ball and go, well, not drop the ball, but like give him information, saying like, hey, we have a job for you. You do a job, we'll give you the information. And they reveal that said assassins, or the cause of their disappearance, was Denji. So now he has a whole another reason to hate this guy, to the point where it's pretty much going to be, he doesn't know what he looks like, but the second he sees him, it's on sight.
When it comes to who talks the most, you definitely win.
Because at this point, Elyon doesn't like him in any sense of the word. Once everything about him, he's gonna hate. He's gonna hate him pretty much off rip. Second he lays eyes on him, I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way you dress. He's just so much is not going to like Denji. Now, technically, that story has not been told out yet, but because I'm pretty sure Denji isn't even in the same area as Elyon. Like, I think he's out of the city. So, unfortunately, that's going to have to wait until news comes up later. But a little bit from what I do know about Denji, he is part of the Demon Clan because my friend's universe has ninjas.
You toddler imposter! Now you die!
Like just straight up ninjas. Like there's no way, no other way I'm gonna say it. Like yeah, it's grounded and realistic. It's all about money, drugs, prostitution, like all this other like he likes gangsters and crime in his stories. Like that's his bread and butter. But then there's also ninjas, which I'm like, all right, done deal. So yeah, he's a part of the Demon Clan. Elyon already doesn't like him, so by association, he doesn't like their clan. And because it's further in the story with Elyon, the Eternal Serpents, his mercenary group, actually has multiple members. Like, it's not just him and Boo anymore. They have a hacker, they have a fashion designer, long story. He's dating the hacker, they're both. And then the hacker, he's like, he helps, like, technically, Boo makes all of their gear, but he helps tweak it and also, like, helps keep tabs on stuff via, computers, satellites, stuff like that. Like, he's their eyes in the sky, so to speak. And then there's a few new initiates and recruits here and there, and then there's some actual ground soldiers. They're more unnamed because they're more like people in costumes, the faceless goons, so to speak. So they have a further reach now, which I like because that will make them monumentally more useful in the times to come. But because the idea with his group is they're underground for a reason. You're not supposed to know how many there are. That way, whenever they get called out, it's always a surprise. Could be 2, could be 200. You never know. And that's what makes it fun. I'm actually looking forward to that. So yeah, outside of, him apparently trying to smash on Harley, and then also murdering his 2 friends, or at least respected colleagues, which already he doesn't like. Apparently, he's been causing trouble for some of the other characters that Elyon happens to be fond of, or at least like, to an extent, such as well, I can't say their names yet because I haven't mentioned them yet. But basically, by association to the clan by itself is already a problem, even if it's inadvertently. So while he can't necessarily blame him for that, he still is going to. Also, the way he fights is with firearms, and Elyon does not use guns. He can, but it goes against his principles. Also, pretty much everyone he has to deal with nowadays that try to fight him have guns. They try to shoot him. The only people who don't are people who are straight hands or use blades. And while he's not necessarily fond of blades, he hates guns far more. Also because, his dad got shot to death. So, yeah, he's not fond of guns. It's not like the Batman thing. He can use them if he really wants to. But it's a thing of just not his. It's like if he picks up a gun, he'll just kind of look at it and go, throw it to the side back. Nah, not my style. So it's yeah, that's strike 3. The 4th one, and this one is just really, really and this is not. I'm not even gonna say it's petty. This is more so the fact that he knows what the Demon Clan is and what they do and how harmful it is to the people around them by association. Not even by association, because I think because in Elyon's eyes, Denji is the head of it. He is the leader. That might not even be true. I have to ask my friend again. But if it is, inadvertently, that means that he is solely responsible for all the damage, all the death, and all the carnage that clan will create over time. So every single person that gets put in the ground is another weight on his head, and another inch Elyon's foot is going to go up his ass. But like I said, you never really know until it gets to that point. But again, I just really hate this stupid orange man. And quite frankly, I'm fine with that. We don't need to come in any common ground. We don't need to see each other's perspectives on things. I will not forgive him even if he apologizes.